What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So I have a comment that I want to address, and I saw this. I posted a video a couple of days ago. Right now I'm out at the Malecón in Barranquilla, just walking around. You see a lot of people. It's almost sunset in probably about 45 minutes. But we're gonna talk. I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can see what I'm seeing, and we're gonna talk about the comment. Now, this comment was based on a video I posted a couple of days ago where I was talking about a variety of different things, but President Biden was one of them, where I was talking about the first stimulus package that he signed when he came into office. Someone replied referencing that video, and I'm going to talk about that. So that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to flip the camera around so you guys can see what I'm seeing, and we're going to walk and talk. So the interesting thing about the comment and the video that I posted is I posted a poll, and I talked about that poll in the video where I was asking people, do you think President Biden has done anything to help working class people, middle class people, poor people? And overwhelmingly, I think it was over 80% of people said no, he hasn't done anything. So Mary Jo, thank you, Mary Jo, for posting this comment. She basically said this, and I'm paraphrasing this because I'm walking and trying to record and all that at the same time. But basically, she was saying that the stimulus check, that first stimulus check, the $1,400 stimulus check that came through when President Biden was in office, that was due to President Trump, not due to President Biden. So President Biden didn't do anything to get that done. President Biden and the Democrats. This is according to her. And so I want to talk about that because I think it's very important for us to understand how our political process works. And it's not as simple as having a former president, or at the time when President Trump was in office, he did mention that he wanted a $2,000 stimulus check. Okay? Now, when he mentioned that $2,000 stimulus check, and basically what Mary Jo is saying, $2,000 stimulus check was a combination of a $600 stimulus check that was signed when President Trump was there in office, and then a $1,400 stimulus check that was signed by President Biden. So what this person is saying is, she's saying that President Trump already said he wanted $2,000 stimulus check, and so that's where you got that $1,400 stimulus check. It was already pre-approved by President Trump, and that's what she's saying here. Now, what's important for us to know is that we had a shift. Okay, so you had a new Congress come in. Congress, they're the ones that have to legislate. They're the ones that have to get these bills through. And so because we were looking at a situation where you had one administration, White House, and Congress during the Trump administration, and then you moved into another administration when President Biden came in office and a new Congress. So that meant that they had to do things all over again. It's not a situation where President Trump can just say, you know what, I'm promising $2,000 for as far as a stimulus check, and that will carry over when President Biden's there. That has nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, President Trump was the last person on board for a $2,000 stimulus check because Democrats were asking for that all prior to that. That summer, they were asking for $2,000 stimulus checks. They just couldn't get to that point, and basically got lucky because the $600 stimulus check wasn't even in the bill. They added that later. And then that's when President Trump came out in December, late November, December, saying, hey, I think they should have $2,000. Okay, so the reality is Democrats were talking about that long ago. Now, I'm not trying to play Democrats against Republicans and all that. It's not important. What I want to focus on is just how things work. And they don't work in a way where President Trump can just say that President Biden needs to honor what President Trump wants, okay, in the sense of a $2,000 stimulus check or a $1,400 stimulus check, however you want to see it. That still needed to go through Congress. It needed to pass Congress. And the reality is they had to pass it through reconciliation, which means they had to, all Democrats supported it, no Republicans supported it. So now you have President Trump, when he got his stimulus package through, you had some support from Republicans, but when we had the change of Congress, which didn't really change that much, but the major thing that changed is the leadership. When the leadership changed, now you have no Republicans supporting this stimulus package that went through during the Biden administration. So it's important for us to know exactly how things work when it comes to Congress. And it's not, Mary Jo, it's not the way that you phrased it. It's just not. That's just not what happens. That's not how things work in government. And anything in the future, it's the same thing. We're looking at, we're gonna have a midterm this year. So once that midterm is done, guess what? We're gonna have a new Congress coming in January. So January 2023, it's gonna be a new Congress. They're gonna be able to do what they wanna do, okay? They don't have to honor anything that was prior to that. So just wanted to put that out there, and I hope you guys are enjoying the scenery here. This is Barranquilla, Colombia, and this is a little area where you can eat here. They have an area back where I was walking from where you can eat as well. But yeah, it's a real nice community, relatively new. I was here 2 years ago and it wasn't here, or they were building it, but now they have a lot. I mean, it's pretty much built out. We'll have to see what they do with it from here on out. I like that Barranquilla now has kind of a local place where you can hang out and eat and relax. This is something that was really needed in Barranquilla because they really don't have it. Barranquilla is really known for Carnival, and that's basically it. So it's good to see that they have this little area here. And it's a Sunday, so you got a lot of people out on Sunday just relaxing. I don't know when I'll post this video, probably in a couple of days, but I just wanted to address that question because I think that is very important for us to understand how government works. And it's not as simple as, oh, President Trump says one thing and that's what's going to happen. No, Congress has to do it. Even if President Biden came in and said, this is what I want, it's still up to Congress. Congress can say, no, we're not going to do that. And if they say, no, we're not going to do that, guess what? It won't happen. Okay, so Congress, they hold the purse. They have the money. And because they have the money, they determine what's going to happen as far as legislation. They are the legislators. All right, so that's all I have for this video. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.